because of social engineering, because of our culture. We've been literally dumbed down from grasping the most important things about reality and our own existence and evolution is superhumans, really. The best definition of who you are as a human being, you are a digital or analog, bio-holographic precipitation, miraculous manifestation of divine frequency vibrations coming out of water and being transmitted through water. 80% of your body I call liquid God. Water was there in the book of Genesis in the very beginning, before God's name is mentioned or anything that God's doing. The water was there. Go back to read Genesis 1:1 through 1:8. The water is liquid God, in my opinion. And there's so much evidence that supports that. Dr. Emoto's work with messages in water, that the water can give messages and that they're in your body, and the DNA expresses itself through sound and light signaling through your water.
Right.
Because water is a liquid crystal,
right,
superconductor of sound and light. So that's how cellular upregulation, or who you are, manifests every nano instant. You're being remanifested. That shatters the medical paradigm. Now that's what keeps us healthy. If you consider what the Holy Spirit power of love is, it's an antioxidant. That negatively charged alkalizing electrons, because all spirit is energy. What's energy? The fundamentals of energy is all electrons, negatively charged alkalizing electrons. For example, like you raised, the issue of DNA. What is DNA? Falsely, it's not simply a protein synthesis template or messenger. No. What DNA actually is, 96% of it, is to do exactly what I'm saying. 96% of the function of DNA is in sound and light. That's frequency signaling. So if we presume that 528 love is the heart of the universe, the musical mathematical matrix of divine design. And we know already from substantial work, science revelations, biophysics, that who you are, here's the best definition. And I'm famous or infamous for telling it like it is. The best definition of who you are as a human being, you are a digital or analog, bio-holographic precipitation, miraculous manifestation of divine frequency vibrations coming out of water and being transmitted through water. 80% of your body I call liquid God. What the physicists call the quantum field. It's called the firmament or the kingdom of heaven. And therein, the spoken words are sounds are electromagnetic frequencies or acoustic frequencies that have mathematical messages that then let there be light was spoken by the king of the universe. And out pops the sun, which is really consistent with bioluminescence and bioacoustic acoustic resonance of dolphins and whales, sonoluminescence, where light comes out of the sound. Well, that's the musical mathematical matrix of divine design that, for example, my colleagues Dr. Vernon Neppy and his brilliant genius mathematician partner, Edward Close, have not only identified the mathematics that prove God's existence in what they call the triadic vortex. There's a musical mathematical matrix that has 9 dimensions that they've identified mathematically, and in those dimensions, it's all administered musically, mathematically through frequency, and how those frequencies harmonize is the essence of love, divine communion between my heart, your heart, and the Creator's heart.
To complement and add a little to the foundation that you just explained about our own consciousness and how we work as humans. Bob Proctor is one of my heroes. He would often say that we're connected to everything and everything's connected to us. He would also say that we're of two natures. We have 5 sensory factors. We see, hear, smell, taste, touch. And we're habitual creatures. 95% of all our actions are habits. They're just, programs running 24/7. We very rarely act. We're always reacting. And that consistent program of living off your 5 senses makes you such a physical person. And you're living in fight or flight 24/7, living in fear 24/7, living in sin 24/7, creating a reality that's really hard to live in, as you just explained. But we have another nature, our higher nature. We have 6 mental faculties: reason, memory, perception, will, intuition, and imagination. And as we learn to become familiar with those internal faculties and start to create from the inside out, we start to connect with love and peace and bravery and start to create heaven on earth, right?
Amen.
Through an internal dialogue with our creator or our consciousness. And when you're living in fear, your DNA helix literally starts to close up and you start to die and deteriorate at a young age. But when you're living from love, what does your DNA do? It opens up. It opens right up, allowing you to evolve and create on a more electric connection with yourself, if that makes sense.
Well, it's divine communion.
Exactly.
If we're right standing in the musical mathematical matrix of divine design as divinely designed beings, now we're engaged with the flow. We're in the zone of bliss. We're in pure tone love, and that's 528, in my humble opinion, in my conclusion, based on massive evidence.
Thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. You talk about 528, the frequency of it. We're much like our phones. Our phone has a frequency connected to its phone number. You can take a picture with your phone and instantly you send it across the world and somebody receives it at the same time with you. Our brains work the same way. You think and get emotionally involved with an image, and everybody around you subconsciously is picking up on that image. The entire world is gravitating itself and moving itself to match your internal dialogue with your creator, like prayer or meditation or your internal know thyself, so to speak. How does 528 benefit us? What effect does it have on our bodies when we're tuning with it, taking it as a product like your products here, or when we're in nature with it, because nature is, tuned to that frequency?
There have been a number of very, very famous musicians and recording artists who have taken on. In fact, by the grace of God, my work has prompted an international revolution in the music, entertainment, as well as natural healing arts and sciences. All those industries have gotten the understanding that DNA is special. And so is your 528 frequency resonance of pure tone love that resonates through your DNA and actually restores your DNA. So this is what we are, this is who we are, and then you have to think about, okay, where are we currently as people? Dumbed down, mind control, enslaved to what? Insanity.